All right, friends, you're taking a live look outside over at the K. Look at that, man. It's beautiful. You've got the green grass out there. It's looking good right now. Baseball season just around the corner, literally just around the corner. And you know what else is? A potential blizzard. Can you believe that? Gosh, the Midwest is just wild when it comes down to our weather patterns here. Literally 24 hours before we reach the spring season officially, we have to bring in gusts at 55 miles per hour and low visibility due to blowing snow chances. Wild weather. First warned weather day has been declared, friends. We are tracking some serious weather out there, including even today's forecast, which, mind you, is still dry at the surface, and the wind actually amplifies windier than where we were yesterday. Gusts could get up to 40 miles per hour. Good morning to you. First Warn 5 meteorologist Greg Bennett here. Lots to discuss. Like I say every time that we get up here in streaming, because when it comes down to weather, there's always a lot to discuss, especially when we're talking about the Midwest. So let's get involved with it. And I'm going to talk about today's forecast first. And the first thing that I want to discuss is, yet again, we are under another red flag warning situation. This is going to be up by 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to continue until about 8 p.m. at night tonight. This is just due to the combination of dry conditions and the wind yet again. Obviously, our vegetation is still on the dry side as well. So any kind of a planned burn, if you're doing any kind of construction outdoors that maybe involves throwing up a lot of sparks, if you're a smoker and you tend to flick that cigarette butt off onto the side of the road or something like that, these are the days that we really have to think about these situations in our normal routine and kind of adjust accordingly, just because we could really get into a serious situation with brush fires and grass fires in this particular situation when it comes down to our weather and our climate. So just take that into consideration today. It is windy. That is going to be coming out of the south for you, and really it's currently south-southwest, but will come out of the south in general by late this afternoon. So again, crosswind on the interstate. That's going to be kind of rough for a lot of high-profile vehicles, tractor trailers, buses, RVs. Be prepared for it just now, right? And you've got to remember, we're live streaming. It is 7:39 in the morning Central Time. I've got sustained wind of 19 miles per hour, nearly a 25 mile per hour sustained wind for areas down around Garnett, around Franklin and Anderson County. So breezy to gusty stuff already, which then, of course, with the dry conditions, there's no way we would never have gotten around getting a red flag warning. It was basically sealed with the kind of wind that we're dealing with. Now, the temperature, it is coming out of the south. And with it comes a lot of warm air. And we've been talking about this, nearly 80 degrees anticipated for this afternoon. I'm going to call for a high of 79 with local areas as warm as 82. Now, our record is from the 1920s, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like 1921, of 85 degrees. So we're not going to quite make it, but man, we're flirting real close to a record that's over 100 years old. So pretty impressive with that kind of warm air. Mind you, our average high temperature is what we are expecting for our morning low temperature. You can see that at 56 degrees. All right. So we just discussed it, but I'm going to just pinpoint it again. Here we go. First warned weather day. Gusts up to 55 miles per hour. That's becoming more likely for us around the Missouri River Valley. We are looking to see a brief opportunity for rain, then a brief opportunity for a wintry mix, then a slightly prolonged opportunity for snow showers, ranging anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, which constitutes the potential of going into a blizzard warning. Okay, especially when we're dealing with wind at gusts at 55, but the sustained wind is going to range anywhere from about 25 to 35 miles per hour. What we need is, I believe, a sustained wind of about 35 miles per hour with blowing snow and visibility at a quarter mile or less. That would constitute a blizzard warning. That is something we have the possibility of achieving, especially towards the end of the day on Wednesday. What do I mean by the end of the day? I mean somewhere between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. at night. Isn't that where we get our high temperature normally? Yes, you are correct. In this particular situation, no. Our high temperatures coming in the early morning, and we're talking 50s and 60s in the wee early morning hours. By the time we make it to mid-afternoon, 2 p.m., it could be somewhere around like 38, 39 degrees. And continuing, mind you, to fall with temperature as we make it on in towards the early evening, of course. Let me show you what's going on with that future forecast data. I'm going to pull that up. I got to just find it here. Give me just 2 seconds while I try to get this thing. Oh, there it is. Where is it? There. Nope, not there, not there, not there, not there. Gotta love it. There it is. This is just one of our short-range models that I've got here, introducing it again by about 10 or 11 a.m. It has not budged all morning long. Really hasn't. Shower activity at first. It is a short-lived shower threat because by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're talking about maybe 2 hours, 2 hours of perhaps some rain, it switches over to rain and snow. From rain and snow over to, we'll call it snow showers about here at 3 o'clock. So again, another 2-hour period, and we're into now snow showers. From about 3:30 in the afternoon through 5, 6, there's our 3-hour mark, 7, 8, finally 9, 9:30. We're exiting the snow from the metro. All right, so we've got the time frame of snow falling out of the sky for us. This is also where we're looking at some of the highest wind we're going to see. And it's impressive. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. You can see how we're dealing with the wind of the day today, right? It's coming out of the south for us, meeting up with the storm system that's off to the north. You could see it in Nebraska. See that other pink coloration? It's like a line. That's the storm system. That's literally the storm system. It comes through, sweeps through, kind of curves in, and all of a sudden you see these gusts just amplify. Look at the change in the wind direction that happens here. 3 o'clock in the afternoon of our Wednesday, I've got 51-mile-per-hour gusts to Maryville and St. Joe, 45 here to the city. It's now looking likely to come out of the west, northwest. Now we're dropping temperature hard. Hard drop in temperature here. Nearly a 50-mile-an-hour gust to around the airport. And again, this is only a forecast. It's not the end-all, be-all, exactly what's going to go down, but it gives us a rough idea of what can occur. And I got to tell you, in local areas, we could easily achieve a 55-mile-per-hour gust. If we're talking about, the airport receiving closer to about 45-mile-per-hour gusts. It keeps on going. 40, 50-mile-an-hour gusts right on into the overnight. Even with the passage of the winter system, which is now basically off around Illinois at this point, and the Ohio River Valley, we're still pulling in high wind. And that'll continue on into the early morning hours of our Thursday, where it finally lightens up for us into the day side of Thursday, the first day of spring, mind you. And the funny thing is, we actually go back to normal for this time of year. 50s between about 55 to 59 degrees, partly sunny skies, a little bit of a light wind. It's actually a really good start to the spring season, to tell you the truth. And it comes on the coattails of this massive storm system. It's a serious situation. I'm really concerned about that high wind and that snow bringing in very low visibility. Now, you're thinking, we must see a lot of accumulation off of this thing, right? I mean, that's 3 or 4 hours that we could be dealing with snow shower activity. Well, yeah, it's 3 or 4 hours of potential snow, right? It's all about what's going on in, the warehouse of that low pressure system. Is it developing snow? Is there enough moisture content to bring in heavy snow shower activity? Well, the accumulation says otherwise. This is looking to be a light to maybe moderate at times snow shower threat, leaving us anywhere from maybe an inch around the metro all the way to a trace across I-70 and south. North you go, off around Nebraska near the Iowa borders, yeah, maybe up to 2 inches. There's the potential of small isolated pockets of 3 inches of accumulation, but it's not a lot. And the last blizzard that we had accumulated about an inch worth of snow. In some areas, about 1.25 inches. So it wasn't a lot of accumulation, but the visibility was low. And that was a big concern. And in this particular situation, the time frame of that wind and that snow is rush hour in the evening. You're getting done with work, you want to head home and stay with the family. That's a problem. This is why we've declared it a first warned weather day. This is where the data is right now. Is it going to change? Is it going to alter? Sure, we do anticipate some alterations. Are they going to be exceptionally drastic? I don't believe so. Not at this point. I mean, we're so close to this, winter storm system. See a drastic change to the north or to the south with the low pressure system. It's not unheard of, but it's unlikely to occur. Will we see minor adjustments? We might see minor adjustments to snowfall accumulation. We may see minor adjustments to the wind gusts overall, but the meat and potatoes of this system is really not going to alter that much. So I want you to be prepared for this. We've got some time here. I know it's a windy day today, but at least it's a dry day. So get that plan in place. Make sure you've got that safe area for your home. Make sure you're ready. Your outdoors are ready for those high winds. This is not going to bring in outrageously cold conditions, but we are going to fall down into the 30s as we move on into the day side. And with the high wind, it's going to feel like we're in the 20s and maybe the teens, but we're not talking extremely dangerous cold air. Nonetheless, make sure that you've got extra blankets and stuff. If the power goes out, you'll want to try to stay warm, but we rebound nicely into something a bit more comfortable moving into Friday and even our Thursday, and of course the rest of the weekend as well. That's the latest information that I wanted to give you guys when it comes down to our forecast. All of this just ahead of spring and baseball season. Wild. Man, this is why I love being a meteorologist in the Midwest, because this is the crazy weather that you guys get. It's a challenge. It's exciting. But I'm also able to educate and inform you guys about those massive and drastic changes. Remember, first warned weather day in place. You heard it here first from KCTV5. We brought it to you somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday before anyone else to get you prepared for it.